Hello students, welcome to IMS Academy, myself Sandeep Adari. Today I am here to solve the ISRO question paper of 2025 with a detailed solutions. Now my dear students, let us see the detailed analysis, how many marks are given for each subject. If you see in building materials, we have almost 10 marks. For structure analysis and design structures, we have 9 marks. Construction management and estimation costing 7 marks. Environmental engineering is having the highest, which is 11 marks. And fluid mechanics, we are have plus OCF, open channel flow, 8 marks. Surveying, we have a very good number, 6 marks. Geotechnical, 4 marks. Transportation plus railways. These are all the number of questions. We have transportation and railways, we have 7 questions. Hydrology irrigation, we have 3 questions. Engineering mechanics, 2 questions. Reinforced cement concrete, we have 4 questions. Solid mechanics, we have 5. Mathematics and aptitude is a very good number, which we have 90 questions. Total number of questions are 95. 80 questions are of technical along with engineering mathematics and 15 questions are of engineering aptitude. Now let us solve the first question. The maximum free water content for M30 concrete in severe exposure condition. This is the question directly from IS 456 and we can say the answer is 0.45. Now my dear students, what is the development length of a bar depends upon. See, for your information in this problem, let me tell you the development length is given by the formula LD is equal to 5 into sigma s 4 tau BD. Okay, this is the formula for what, sir? Development length. Here when I talk about the development length here, phi is nothing but what, sir? Dia of the bar. Here phi is nothing but what, my dear students? It is nothing but the dia of bar. This sigma s is nothing but stress in steel, which depends on the yield stress, that is grade of steel Fy. And we have tau BD, which depends upon bond stress, but it depends upon the grade. This is what, sir, actually bond stress, and bond stress can be depending upon the grade of concrete. So here if you see the options, my dear students, all the above are the right options because the development length depends upon all the 3 factors. One is the dia of bar, grade of concrete, grade of steel. So all the above is the right answer. Now my dear students, the maximum cement concrete as per IS 456 should not exceed, if they can ask you this as an objective question, the maximum cement, it is 450 kg per meter cube, right? So this is due to which of the following consideration here is the shrinkage crack prevention. What is the answer, sir? The answer is shrinkage crack prevention. This is the reason. Now my dear students, a 0 meter contour line. So see, usually if you see the characteristics of contour, from characteristics of contour, this is the straight away standard question. Always remember, a 0 meter contour line represents, a 0 meter contour line represents what, sir? It is nothing but the coastal line. A 0 meter contour line is nothing but what, my dear students? It is nothing but the coastal line. So here if you see, students, the 0 meter contour line, we can write it as a coastal line. Similarly, my dear students, branch of surveying. See, students, in surveying basically there are two types of surveying. One is plain surveying, in which curvature of earth is not considered. In geodetic surveying, curvature of earth is considered. So geodetic surveying is more accurate and it deals with the high areas and also it deals with high degree of precision. So here it is a branch of surveying which includes the work of larger area and a high degree of precision. When these two words comes, you should always degree of precision comes with the curvature of the earth taken into consideration. So the answer here is geodetic surveying. So option C is the right answer. Similarly, a contour line of different lines intersect. As I told you, this is the one of the interesting thing here. Directly from the characteristics of contour, this is the second question. Two contour lines never intersect each other except in the case of a overhanging cliff or a cave penetrating inside a hill. So this is a standard property. So the answer here is overhanging cliff, which is the right option. Now similarly, the maximum water demand is 48 million liters. The filters are related to 5000 liters per hour. Determine the area of filter required. So here if you see, what is the maximum water demand is what, sir? 48 million. So 48 into what, sir? 10 power 6 million, see, 10 power 6 million liters. This is what, sir? The maximum water demand. That is nothing but what, sir? That is nothing but what, sir? That is nothing but what? Here it is nothing but the discharge. But this discharge is per day. not per hour. So convert this into per hour. So it will be becoming how much, sir? This per hour, if you convert, this will become as 2 into 10 power 6 liter per hour. Liters per hour. Okay. Now how much he is asking? How much he is asking, sir? He is asking the filters are rated to work at 5,000 liter per hour. Okay. So per square, determine the area. So area is equal to directly 2 into 10 power 6 divided by 5,000. So here you can write it as 2 into 10 power 3 into 10 power 3 upon 5 into 10 power 3. If I do the calculation here, students, so here what happens? 10 power 3, 10 power 3 cancel. 2000 divided by 4, 5. This is 400 square meter. This is how much, sir? This is nothing but 400 square meter. I hope you are clear. Now, for a given design flow, Q is how much, sir? 32,000 meter cube per day. Design flow, the Q discharge is how much, sir? 32,000 meter cube per day. And detention time is how much, sir? 90 minutes. Determine the capacity of the settling tank. So indirectly, what is asking, sir? Sir, discharge is what? Usually, if you don't know anything also, you can do this problem. If you know the units, that's it. Discharge is what, sir? Volume upon time. Discharge is what, my dear students? Discharge is nothing but volume upon time. Volume is equal to, you can write it as Q into discharge into time. So here you can directly say that, so here what is the discharge? Discharge is nothing but 32,000 meter cube per day. But here it is in minutes. So meter cube per day, if I convert into hours, how much, sir? Divided by 24. And 90 minutes can be converted into hours. This will be taken as 1.5 hours. So this will be taken as how much, sir? Multiplied by time. This I am converting into hours. Okay, into 1.5 hours. So what will be this value, sir? 32 into 1.5 is how much? 48. So you can say 48 into 10 power 3 divided by 24. How to do the easy calculation? 32 into 1.5, 48. So if you do here, 2 into 10 power 3 will be the 10 power 3 meter cube. So what will be the answer, sir? The answer is nothing but volume is nothing but 2000 meter cube. I hope you are clear. Similarly, which of the following hydraulic machines converts hydraulic energy to mechanical energy? Suppose if I see central pump or air compressor, it converts mechanical energy to hydraulic energy. But here is asking hydraulic energy to mechanical energy. The answer is very straightforward. The answer is pellet and wheel. Similarly, my dear students, in a wide rectangular channel, the water flows at a rate of discharge, 9 meter cube per second. And that critical depth is nearly. And this is a rectangular channel. So, for a rectangular channel, see my dear students, I hope you are following, sir. For a rectangular channel, what is the critical depth, sir? The critical depth YC cube is equal to Q square by G. Okay, or YC is equal to Q square by G whole power 1 by 3. What is Q square, sir, here? 9 square divided by G, assume it as 10, power 1 by 3. So this will be taken as, Q square is how much, sir? It will be taken as 81. So 8.1 whole cube. So roughly we can say 2. So critical depth, they have not given, means I have not written the options here. You can write the answer as 2 meters, sir. Now, which of the following is true for a ideal fluid? In an ideal fluid, we have to talk about the shear stress. Viscosity of ideal fluid is non-zero. No. Shear stress of ideal fluid is 0. This is absolutely clear, regardless of the motion. So the option here is the B is the right answer. Now, salvage value is considered in. Sir, here we have different things here. One is what, sir? Rate analysis, valuation, quantity surveying and budgeting. It is a standard condition. We can say valuation. Now, creep in rails. This is a transportation question, sir, in railway engineering. Creep in rails is due to longitudinal movement because there is a movement of rails. The function of ballast in a railway track. Sir, the function of ballast is to distribute the load evenly or to drain the rainwater. So this can be option 2 is the right answer here. Now, if a beam plastic section modulus is 1.6 and sir, it's a straightforward question. Here shape factor is what, sir? When I talk about shape factor, Here, what is the shape factor, my dear students? Shape factor is nothing but equal to plastic section modulus upon section modulus. So, plastic section modulus is 1.5 divided by 1. So, this value will be equal to 1. So, here please understand the shape factor is taken as 1.5. Then the answer is 1.5. Sir, this is a standard question. If it is a circular case, the average ratio of average shear stress, maximum shear stress to average shear stress for rectangle, it is 3 by 2. If it is for circle, it is 4 by 3. So the answer here is 3 by 2, which can be 1.5, which is a standard formula. A 3-inch arc is, actually see students, here there are two answers because a 3-inch arc statical indeterminacy is 0, which indicates it is a statically determinate structure. But in 3-inch arc, degree of kinematic indeterminacy is greater than 0. So statically indeterminate also, kinematically indeterminate, but still I feel the first option is the right answer. The dormant period in cement hydration is crucial for. This is a straightforward answer, sir. In hydration, in the initial setting, we will go for strength, that is called preventing the flash setting. Self-compacting concrete must satisfy three key properties for satisfactory application. Which of these are the required properties? Filling ability, passing ability, and segregation resistance, high strength, low strength. So here the self-compacting must be, it should have filling ability and segregation and all. So the option A is the right answer. Next, the liquid that has percolated through the solid waste and has extracted dissolved or suspended materials is leach art. Now, see students, when a 3 ml of sewage is diluted to 450 ml and the less oxygen is BOD test is 4 milligram per liter after 8 days, incubation is 20 degrees, determine the BOD. So, first of all, if I do the dilution factor here, dilution factor if I take, here it is equal to almost, sir, 450 divided by 3, that will be equal to 150. Now, BOD will be taken as, for 20 days, it will be 4 into 150, which will be taken as 600 milligram per liter. So, option D is the right answer. Option D is the right answer. Which is not an accurate match. Suppose, see sir, error in sighting. Error in sighting is not a instrumental error. It is a personal error because you are doing the mistake. So, due to that it is happening. So, it is a personal error. We can write this as personal error. So, the option here is option A. The magnetic bearing of a line AB is south 28 degrees 30 minutes east. So, here if I see the magnetic bearing, if I consider this as true north and this is true south, this is east and this is west. Now, my dear students, the true declination is how much, sir? Declination is given as 7 degree 30 minutes west. So, here this is magnetic north and if I consider this as what, sir? Magnetic south. Now, from this line, if you measure here, this line is how much, sir? This is magnetic bearing, which is 28 degrees 30 minutes. Sir, you know, you can convert in other way also, without the diagram also. True bearing is equal to magnetic bearing plus or minus declination. When you take declination westwards, it should be negative, and you have to convert everything into whole circle bearing, apply the formula, but here we can solve easily. This is already 7 degree 30 minutes. So, true bearing is always measured from true north. So, from here to here, 28 degree 30 minutes plus 7 degree 30 minutes, this will be equal to 36 degrees. So, the southeast, this direction is also southeast. So, you can write option C is the right answer. Now, elevation of a benchmark is what, sir? 210. So, here if I consider this, elevation is how much, sir? Elevation is 210.5, here elevation is 210.5 and the back bearing means this is nothing but back side. This is equal to 2.32 and 4 bearing. So, first of all, what you can write, height of instrument is equal to RL plus backside. Height of instrument is equal to what, sir? RL plus backside. Now, my dear students, what is RL here? RL is nothing but 210.5 plus backside is how much, sir? 2.32. So, this will be equal to 212.82. Yes or no? From this, if you want to know RL of any point, RL of any point can be written as RL of any point is equal to, what is the RL of any point, students? Can you tell me? It is nothing but the height of instrument minus force side. So, here what is the height of instrument we have? What is the height of instrument? 212. Here height of instrument is nothing but 212.82 minus force side is nothing but 2.65. So, this will be equal to 210.17. This will be equal to how much, sir? 210.17. So the option A is the right answer. Now, if the pump head is 16 meter and delivers a discharge of 0.25 meter cube per second, the motor runs at 1000 RPM, the specific speed. So we have a formula here. Here NS, specific speed, NS is equal to N root Q by H power 3 by 4. So what is N, sir? N is nothing but 1000. Root Q is how much, sir? We have root Q is discharge is how much, sir? 0.25, sorry. 0.25 upon 16 power 3 by 4. So here you can say 1000 into, this will become 500, 500 by 8. So 500 by 8 will be around 62.5. So the option here is the 62.5 is the right answer. Now, an automobile was projected from a front area of 2 meter per square, is moving at a speed of 20 meter through air. Mass density and kinematic are given. The drag coefficient is, what is the drag coefficient formula, sir? The drag coefficient is 0.3. They are asking what is the drag force. The drag force is CD into half into rho AV square. Okay, CD is how much, sir? What is the CD value here? Drag coefficient is 0.3 into half into area. What is the, with the projected area of how much, sir? 22 into V square is 20 meter square. And to mass density and viscosity are, mass density is how much, sir? Mass density is nothing but what? It is equal to 1.2. So here 1.2 kg per meter cube. So if you consider this, what will be the answer, sir? 400. Okay, if we consider here, what is the value you can say? So 0.3 into half into rho into a square, 400. 400 means this will be 0.3, 120. So it will be 120 into 1.2. This will be 144 kg. Okay, but this one, see, this one is what, sir? 144 kg. Yes. So this is the answer, sir. So 144, sir, 144 kg, sorry, it will be. Now we have to convert this into Newton because the answer will be in kg. If you convert this into Newton, divided by 9.81. So you'll get around 14.4 Newton. So the option D is the right answer, sir. Now, the standard form of the equation for a sphere. If you know for a standard equation, x minus a square plus y minus b square is equal to r square. This is the standard formula for what's a circle. But it is a three-dimensional case. So three-dimensional means option B is the right answer. Now, which of the following best describe the behavior of bitumen as a viscoelastic material? So here this is the right option, sir. Elastic at low temperature and viscous at high temperature. Okay. The maximum super elevation in plane terrain. This is the standard formula that is equal to how much, sir? 7 percentile. The design CBR of a subgrade is taken as the maximum of the soaked value because we will take maximum of 2.5 and 5 mm. So we can take maximum of soaked value. In fluid mechanics, the ratio of inertia force to what, sir? The ratio of inertia force to elastic force is nothing but what, sir? Cauchy's number. You know, Freud's number means it is due to gravity. Reynolds numbers means inertia force by viscous force. A proper cantilever with a UDL. Sir, see here. If a cantilever there is there, if it is a UDL loading, this will be equal to how much, sir? For UDL loading, the reaction is equal to WL power 4 by 80A. If there is a proper, this will be equal to how much, sir? RB into L cube by 3A. So here if I see what is RB, RB is nothing but 3WL by 8. So here what is the value they have given, sir? What is the W? W is given as 12, 3 into 12 into 4 divided by 8. This will be equal to 18. So the option here is 18 kilonewton. Now rank of the matrix, if you see the rank of this matrix, the entire determinant, if you calculate the determinant here, the determinant will be equal to 0. So if we have to consider any one matrix such that if I consider this matrix 3 and this is not equal to 0. So if you want to find out if the rank is 0, then it is not 3 by 3. Now we are going to 2 by 3. When I consider 2 by 2, if any one is not 0, then it is called rank. So here we can say 2 is the answer. Two masses F5 and 3 are connected by a string passing over a frictionless pulley. The acceleration of the system is. So here A is equal to what, sir? What is the M1 minus M2 divided by M1 plus M2 into G. So here what is A? So here what are the accelerations, sir? 5 minus 3 divided by 5 plus 3 into acceleration, I can take it as 10. So here it is taken as 20 by 8. So you can write it as 2.5 is the right answer. So 2.5 meter square is the right answer. Agree, sir? Now, in a proper cantilever, the flinch, sir, it can form at different cases. If I consider here, it can form at load or fixed end, but usually according to the, so we can say it is the, according to the question, we can say it is a fixed support. Suppose the shape of the influence line. So here, for shear force at midspan, if you see, the influence line, if I see here, sir, the influence line diagram will be like this. So it indicates a triangle. So here triangle is the right answer. Similarly, the maximum permissible limit for chloride mixing water for RCC is nothing but 500 milligram per liter, sir. Which IS course governs the testing of the aggregates? We can say this is a standard question, IS 2386. In concretes, well-graded aggregates with a variety of sizes can reduce water requirement, friction, interlink. The actual thing is permeability. Which is the process to use zero hardness in water of the following? You can say, which is the process used to achieve zero hardness? Zero hardness means it is nothing but the ion exchange process. No return walls are provided in the pumping side. On which side means the answer is always on the delivery side. The parameter color in drinking water can be measured by comparing the color of water sample with the other standards. This is a standard question, sir. Nessler tubes. Critical gradient in soil. Sir, what is critical hydraulic gradient? IC is equal to what, sir? G minus 1 upon 1 plus C. If the critical hydraulic gradient increases, void ratio, critical hydraulic gradient is increasing, so void ratio should decrease. So this is the right answer. Similarly, a stratum of a clay undergoes 80% consolidation in 10 years under the same drainage conditions. How long? So degree of consolidation is same. So if you see the formula here, sir, time factor is what, sir? Time factor is nothing but CVT upon D square. Degree of consolidation will be same and coefficient of consolidation and degree of consolidation will be same. So from this equation, I can say T is proportional to D square, or you can write T1 by T2 is equal to D1 square by D2 square. So initially, sir, how much, sir? It is 2 meter. Okay, same drainage, under the same drainage conditions, a clay of 2 meter takes 80 in 10 years. Under the same, how long it will take 80 for 8 meter thickness. So here, so you can write T1 is how much, sir? 10 years. Or we can take T2. T1 is equal to D1 square is how much, sir? D1 square is how much, sir? 8 square divided by 2 square divided by T2. A stratum of 2 meter thickness undergoes 81 in 10 years, right, sir? So T1 is equal to T2 into 8 square by 2 square. So it is how much, sir? 10 into 64 divided by 4. So this will be equal to 160 years. What will be this answer, sir? So the answer here is 160 years. The typical, sir, usually if you consider specific gravity of soil, it will vary between 2.65 to 2.9. So here the answer can be taken as 2.6. Here the answer can be taken as 2.6. Next, what does a negative hold float in a network diagram? Negative float indicates project is behind the schedule. The curl of a vector field vectors is measurement of angular velocity into rotation. This is the option B is the right answer. A pendulum in a clock is found to lose time. Which of the following is reason for this? Sir, time period is given by the formula Tp is equal to root L by G. Okay, a pendulum clock is losing time means the length of the pendulum is remains same, wrong, has increased, means it has decreased. Option B is the right answer. The Laplace transform is mainly due to convert the differential equation into the algebraic equations. This is the right answer, sir. A column of a length is 4 meter fixed. So what is crippling load, sir, here? Crippling load is equal to pi square EI by L square. So pi square EI is given as how much, sir? 9.6 into 10 power 6 divided by length is how much, sir? Length is, see, both ends are fixed. Here, what, sir? A column of length 4 mm is fixed at both ends. So here a column of length of 4 meter is fixed at both ends, right? So pi square EA by L by 2 whole square. A column of length 4 meter is fixed at both ends. What is the Euler's buckling load? This is how much, sir? Newton meter square, right? So 4 by 2 whole square. This will be, because when both ends are fixed, the answer will be L by 2 whole square. Effective length will be when both ends are fixed. So this will be equal to 2.4 into 10 power 6. So you can write it as 2400 kilonewton. So the option here is 2400 kilonewton. A material has a Young's modulus. Sir, here it is a very important thing. Any competitive exam, you will find these kind. Young's modulus is equal to 3k into 1 minus 2 mu. Okay, Young's modulus E is equal to how much, sir? Here Young's modulus is 102 is equal to 3 into k, we don't know, upon 1 minus 2 into 0.33. So this will be equal to 0.6, 0.64, 0.36, 0.33, 0.66, 0.34. So 1.02 into k. So k is equal to how much, sir? 100. So option C is the right answer. Agree? A thin wall, sir, it is a, see, they are subject to the hoop stress. So sigma h is given as what, sir? Hoop stress is given by the formula PD upon 2T. P is how much, sir? Diameter of 1 meter, thickness. 1 meter means 1000. Thickness is how much, sir? Divided by 20 into 2 into pressure of 4. So 4000 divided by 40. So it will be also 100. So option B is the right answer. The collapse mechanism for a fixed beam with point at least requires. Sir, see, for a fixed mechanism, see, we can provide it here. So here if you see 3 plastic hinges. Now, what this question some of the people are thinking, sir, this is very important. If you see here, this is very important. The stiffness factor of what they have asked, span AB. Span AB means we have to assume that the other end is fixed. So here, if you see the other end is fixed, the formula is 4EI by L. See, this will be 4EI by, this will be equal to 4EI by 6. This will be equal to 2/3 of EI. So what is the answer, sir? 2/3 of EI. Agree? In a reinforced concrete beam, the modular, a crack shift towards. Actually, sir, if I consider a neutral axis here, okay, here what, due to, when a crack is coming, the steel will, yielding will, means the strain in steel increases fastly and the strain in concrete will increase slowly. So if you see here, the neutral axis shift towards the compression zone. So it shifts towards the compression phases. A water supply is designed for a city having a population of 2 lakhs and a average this 250 liter per c. The maximum daily drift is. So here first what we have to do, sir, see, you can say here, this is the one of the questions, sir. 1 second, students. We can say here, for maximum demand, it is 1.8 Q, sir. So 2 lakh into, okay, 2 lakh into, sir, here, right, water supply is designed for a city having a population of how much? 2 lakhs, having an average water demand is how much, sir? 250. So 2 lakh into 250. So this can be taken as what, sir? 2 lakh into 250 is how much? This is how much, sir? This will be taken as 550 into or 500 into 10 power 5. Or you can say 50 into 10 power 6 million liter per day. Okay, if I convert. But what I have told you, here is asking maximum daily demand. Okay, that is 1.8 Q. So this will be equal to 1.8 into 50. That will be equal to 90 MLD. So this is the right answer. I hope you are clear. The enter E. coli bacteria stands for E, sir, Escherichia. Okay. Now the size of the sedimentation tank is 30 meter long, 8 meter width, and 2.5 overall meter with 0.5 meter depth. Quantity of water discharge is what, sir? 4.8. What is the detention time? So volume is equal, discharge is equal to what, sir? Volume by time. So here they have given discharge. Time is equal to what? Volume upon Q. So volume we can take everything they have given. So 30 into, volume is how much, sir? 30 meter into 8 meter into 2.5 meter. Sir, and one more thing, 1 meter cube is equal to how much, sir? 10 power 3 liters. 1 meter cube is equal to 10,000 liters divided by 4.8 into 10 power 6 million liters. How much, sir? 4.8 into million liters per day. This is what, sir? Per day, right? 4.8 million liters per day. So divided by 24. So it will become into 24. So 10 power 3, 10 power 3. Here it will be 10 power 3. Okay, so here 480, if I consider here 48, 2. So it will be 200, 200, 240, to 480, 480, 600. 600 divided by, just do the calculations are here. 240, 240 into 2.5 is how much, sir? 480, 600. 600 divided by, 600 divided by what, sir? 30 into 8, 240, 240, 480, 600, 600 divided. Okay. We'll see this question now. Now, what is the purpose of screen in flooring? Sir, see, this can be taken as leveling at this purpose of screed is leveling at the base layer. Now, what is the primary advantage of using MEVON? This is due to faster construction. What is the penalty of authorized construction as per RERA is 10%, sir. If void ratio of a sample is N, E is equal to how much, sir? 1.08. N is equal to what? 1 E upon N will be equal to void ratio upon 1 plus C. So 1.08 plus 1.08. So this will be almost 1 by 2. This will be how much, sir? If you see, this will be near to, sir, this value is there. 1.08 divided by 2.08. So if you see, half is how much, sir? 104. So it is more than that. So the answer is 51.9. Are you getting me? I don't do that. 208 by 2 is 104. It is more than that. So the answer. Now, a wooden block of a rectangular section 1 meter wide and 2 meter deep and 5 meter long flows in a seawater. Sir, here, if the specific gravity of the second is 0. Water weight is 100, the volume of the liquid displaced is. So you can say density of the fluid into volume of the fluid is, like you can say buoyancy force is equal to weight, sir. So here density of the fluid into volume of the fluid is equal to, similarly, density of the material upon volume. So here, volume of the fluid, sorry, is asking what is the volume of fluid displaced. So gamma by gamma F into V. So this is nothing but what, sir? This is nothing but specific gravity, which is given as 0.645. And volume is how much, sir? This is 1 into 2 into 5. So this will be equal to 6.45. The answer is 6.4 meter cube. Okay. I hope you are clear. In the CBR method, the pavement thickness is, sir, CBR is directly proportional to strength. More the CBR, more the strength. But here he is asking about thickness. So it is inversely proportional to the CBR value. Which of the following is true about igneous rocks? This also we will discuss later, sir. An aquifer is classified as a confined aquifer when it is under between two impermeable layers. Okay. Which bridge component transfers loads to the foundation? That is nothing but abutment. The bridge which is raised during passage of a ship is bascula bridge. A square steel rod of 25 mm and length is subject to axial load. What is the elongation? Delta L is equal to what, sir? PL by AE. What is PL here? What is PL, sir? Load is nothing but, AE is nothing but 1.25 into 10 power 6. P is how much, sir? Load. Load is how much? 75? 75 kilonewtons. So 75 into 10 power 3. Length is how much, sir? 2.5. So this is how much, sir? So 2.5 meter, I think. That is also 2.5. So this will be equal to how much, sir? To 150. So it will be 0.15 mm. Okay, see that answer. The floor area ratio is defined as, this is nothing but plinth area by total area, not, sir. Floor area is nothing but built up area by plot area. So option B is the right answer. Which is the one method of taking quantities, that is this we can say center line method. The detection for a small opening not made, sir. So here is the question, my dear students. I hope you have enjoyed the session and I have answered almost all the answers, sir, for ISRO questions. And if you are interested to join IMS Git Academy for about any updates or anything, you can join the Telegram group. Apart from this, we are offering GATE 27 batch. We are starting the online batch from 28, October 28th, and we are providing the online test series. We are providing the GATE 34 plus years of questions, theory books, exercise book, and we are providing the chapter test, subject test, and everything. And whoever is interested, the link is given in the description for GATE 0 fee program. You can just join the link and attend the classes. I hope this video will help you. Thank you.